Doolally, welcome back, guys. I don't know if this is going to be tacked on to 21 or if this is maybe next week's episode that I'm just preemptively screeching out. I know nobody watches it, but still, I can do it. But this is hot off the press, man. As I've spoke about before, I do floor plans for people, estate agents, letting agents, people that want a floor plan, all right? And some guy got in contact with me and wanted a few doing. I told him the price, It was 50 quid. I'll do 50 quid a floor plan, right? Some 7 bedrooms, some 2, some 6, majority over 5. He said, okay, this is a little bit more than I've been quoted. Bear in mind, I know the guy that's quoted him. He said 35, right? And this guy's got cancer at the minute and can't move, so he was never going to be able to do that. But alas, there is a lot. There was 12 to do, so I thought, okay, I'll knock him a price off. So I said I'll do him for 500, the whole thing, the whole shebang for 500, right? Does that make sense? Is everyone all following along now? And, I went and did him off the bank holiday, the Tuesday. I'm meant to be meeting someone called Ben there, a builder, right? I get there. They're all student flats. They get out the car. I'm like, hey, all right, boys, I'm here to measure up. And they look at me like I have just spoken Arabic to both of them. And they haven't got a clue that I'm meant to be there. They've not been told anything. So I'm like, that's fine. That happens. Sometimes you forget. Anyway, when the guy rang me about these floor plans, he said he was away on holiday. So I was like, oh, he's on holiday, cool. Now I'm talking to the guy that's the builder and that. He's actually just in Georgia, avoiding taxes, this fucking guy. So whatever, that's cool. I hate taxes as well. If I'm ever that rich, I probably will do that. I don't knock you for that. So I'm meant to do 12. 2 of them I can't get in. I was meant to get in all of them on the day, and I do 10. Go back home. This is about, how long does this take me? I get there at 10. I'm finished at 1. I draw them all up then on the day. Spend a full day basically doing this. 500 quid. It sounds good. This doesn't happen every day, all right? I'm not making 500 quid a day. This is once a month. One of these might come in. So I do them all. Obviously, I couldn't get in 2, so I got a message today, a couple of days after. I usually would have sent them if I got them all done. What I do is I send the invoice, and as soon as it's paid, I'll send them all across. So the guy messages me today, and he goes, yo, I've got 3 more for you to do. Okay, they're out in Lincoln. I'm from Sheffield. That's an hour and a half drive away. All right, that's about my operating area. I tell him, okay, listen, son, you want to sit at the big table with Daddy? All right. I tell him, all right, I'll do the ones in Lincoln as well. That will be for 250. There's 3. All right, it's an hour and a half drive. I didn't want to do him. I just said a price that I'd be happy to do him for. And also, what about the other 10 that you've done? What about the other 12? So I tell him, I say, okay, mate, no worries. I've done 10 of them. I can't get in 2. I've booked 1 in for next week. I will send you the invoice when I get back. And once everything's paid, I'll send them all through. Anyway, he says, yeah, that's fine. Now my mate will meet you. My builder Ben will meet you there for all 3 of them. It's a little bit unusual that you want paying first. This was not agreed to ... I get people to pay me first because, God forbid, I send them floor plans. Oh my God, did you hear that? There's a fucking cat fighting. Fucking cat's trying to disrupt my flow, all right? Fuck, where was I? Basically, yeah, ... So, I kind of explained to him, right, why I do that. Say, no one's ever had a problem with this, ever, all right? Why does it, I've already been out. He knows that I've been out, right? So I say, listen, I do this because I've never had a deal with you before. I do this simply because I don't want to not get paid. And I can send you samples of the floor plans all through. So I can send them all with like a big sticker on that says not for sale or none of the measurements on. A pretty good happy middle term. And he comes back, right? He comes back and goes, nah, this is just out of principle. If you send the invoice, it'll be paid in 2 days due to contract, whatever bullshit. So now I'm like, all right. He bitched me out on the price at first, which is fair enough, right? Okay, if there's haggling, there's deals to be made. But, I'm kind of painting a picture of my in my head of what this fucking guy looks like and is like. And he's messaging me on WhatsApp so I can see his stupid face. So I know what he looks like, all right? He looks like a dick. He looks like a little bit of a bitch, all right? But that's neither here nor there. So, I see that, and I've just been out for a walk. It's Friday. I thought I'd have a nice chill day. I've been out with my family. I get back, see that he's messaged me this, and I don't know what if it's joy or just if rage, but I feel like I take a lot of shit from a lot of people, and there's times where I really wish I could go back and just go fuck you, I don't want anything to do with you, or just punch someone in the fucking face. And over the past year, since I've been stopped drinking, I've really looked back and thought, God, I should just kick people in the face more often. So I thought, okay, I'll go to the gym and get some of this anger out of my body. But it's not anger; it's also kind of a relief. And I'm thinking, should I tell this guy to fuck off? It's 500 quid. I'm not like starving. It is a lot of money. All right, I don't even spend that a month. I budget. Okay, I don't even spend 500 quid a month on fun. So it's not about that though. And he put it in it. It was beautifully put. Hi George, I'm sorry. This is out of principle, and that just really made me think. You're right, and I do have a principle of making people pay, and then I send them the floor plans. So all in my head is rattling around, and I love it when shit like this happens. I go straight to the gym. I wasn't planning on going today. It was going to be my day off. I'll tell you what, I've never thrown so much weight around in my life, and it's great motivation just to think of his head being crushed by the barbell every time I put it down. Yeah, I just went to the gym, thought about it, come home. It's Friday, and I just messaged him. I said, I understand. If that's the case, you should find someone else to go do them, because this is a matter of principle for me. Boom. And I sent that. And maybe I'll be on the street next month. Maybe I'll be begging. Because, and I'm like, I get to the gym and the guy's like, this is a new guy working there. I'm like, all right, man, how are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm just putting an odd shift. It's easy money in it. I was like, yeah, you're right, easy money. Easy money. All I have to do is just bend the knee and say, what do I say? Oh, okay, I see that. I'm going to completely change the way I do things for an arbitrary reason because you feel like I am getting one over on you, maybe because I've said that I want pain and I'll send you the floor plans. So yeah, I'm going to be honest. It feels good. I feel like pretty cool. I don't know. I'll probably wake up tomorrow and start eating concrete again. I love the gym because I feel like my body is the Game of Thrones throne melted out of steel of the swords and shields that my enemies have tried to overthrow me with and have tried to conquer me. And I'm going to the gym and I am building the beastly, monstrosity in there, like some sort of Frankenstein, with all the backhanded rubbish, all the times in my life where I've thought, I should have done that differently, all the embarrassing, all the people that I hate, everything where I feel like I've been wronged, and I'm crunching that down into little cubes, and I am putting it inside me, and it just feels good to finally just go to someone, you know what, fuck you. I don't need 500 quid, and this is my principle, you pussy. But I mean, if I paid him and they didn't pay me, he fucking lives in Georgia. What am I going to do? Go over there with a fucking boat? Go on a pedalo and go and fuck this little nerd up? Welcome back, everybody, to the Tremelo Nights, number 21. This has been a really fun, cute week. Somebody got stabbed and murdered about 1 minute away from my house. Somebody's been found dead near my auntie's house. So I'm just waiting for the third. I wonder who it's going to be. Ooh, it's so exciting. It's like Christmas. but I did do something. Went into town and, I don't drink. I've said this before. Well, I'm trying not to drink, and I don't know how long for. So but you got to have vices, and you've got to look forward to stuff. So I smoke cigars. There's something to look forward to, and I like to gamble. Okay, so the Friday night, I was just in, and I was like, fuck, I want to go to the casino, man. And it will be by myself because none of my friends are. I don't have any friends, basically. So I kind of G'd myself up in the shower, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the casino, man, by myself. And there's a lot of thoughts that I kind of have. Before I went, I was like, oh, maybe I've got a problem. Who goes to the casino by himself? Usually it's like a fun thing to do with your friends. So I walked down. I was like, I've got 30 quid, and I'm gonna take that in, and I'm gonna have fun. Okay. So I went in, and very soon into getting in there, you realise that you don't have a problem. At least I realised I have. In terms of problems, there's people that walk around the casino that are they shouldn't be there, basically. It wasn't too busy. It was like a Sunday, and the blackjack table had one kid at it. So I was like, I love blackjack. I kind of envision in my head I'd be like Dana White or something, sit there all night, just winning money, as you do. So I sit down with 30 quid and, bang, a couple of hands. I've won money. I'm winning money. I'm up to about 45 quid or something like that, right? And it starts to dawn on me that this kid next to me, he's got a lot of money in chips. It must be about 100, 200 quid, right, that he's playing with. And he's talking to the woman. She's all right. She's semi-fit, I would have sex with her. But he's like talking to her like they're friends or something. Like he's known her for so long. And he's going like, oh, God, I'm going to be so sad when I go back. I feel like we know each other. But I'm just so quiet listening on to this. I'm just focusing more on this conversation than I am on the betting. And, I'm thinking, while I'm sat there, I'm like, yeah, you're pretty all right, I put 10 quid here and there on the footy, gambling and stuff on silly table tennis. But I don't think you're bad as bad as this freak that's next to me, And, we're playing, and I don't even know the words. These words that you say. Basically, blackjack, you want to play 21 in it, you want to beat the dealer. So he's like fucking tapping the table and going, and like doing hand shit. And I'm just like, can I have another card, please? She gives me another card, but I think that's a bit wordy, innit? But I don't know what to say. Like, hit me, or I'm like, okay, I do not want any more. I'm stopping here. And some woman comes out and she's like, oh, would you like a drink? Do I? Yeah, can I have a coffee, please? And she's like, of course you can. And she's got such good energy. I'm like, woo! And in hindsight, I think this bitch sucked all my luck out of me. She's just making me a drink. I just start losing money. And I just 45 turns into 20. And I've still not got my coffee. And I'm thinking in my head, okay, I'm going to be the knobhead with no money, drinking a coffee, watching this fucking lunatic play. And I just was like, I just to put the brakes on, miss out a couple of hands, come back, and then finally she comes out, and she must have been pretty impressed when she came back and I had no chips, and then went home and really just looked at myself in the mirror and said, you've got a lot of problems, son. I don't think gambling's one.